And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. You've got Morant. Bielitsa is out there with Wiggins. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's McCollum in at the shooting guard. And stolen by Bielitsa. Wiggins outside. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Alberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Here's Morant at balls. Ice feed that time from Wiggins. That's now 8 points for John Morant. And so it's Smart. He'll bring up the ball for Miami. The pass to Sabonis. Over Bielitsa. The 9-footers on the mark.
Well, Sabonis can play there on the block. That's where he did a lot of damage in college. So him working inside, that's a good sign.
Morant passes to Wiggins. Takes it off the glass.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Pass to Isaac.
The tough part is he tees under the bench, like just doesn't have.
Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is. How many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. For our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win.
I'd like to see more.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. McCollum dishes to Morant. On the wing, Wiggins. Good, nice job down low. Wiggins has got 4 this quarter.
High-level passer, even for a point guard. Morant shows the imagination.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Smart is not just yeah. But it'd be interesting if that was in place here because now he's playing like
and foul on the shot.
Right.
Shoot 2 at the free throw.
2 or 3 more chances.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Hamid Bamba, he's checked in for Montrezl Harrell, and Alexander subbed in for Sabonis. Smart deciding where to go with it. Basket counts. You know, Greg, defense forgiven for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
A three-pointer is right on target. And that's now 11 points for John Morant.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Now here's Smart. 5 on the clock. Over Bielitsa. Nice shot by Smart. Smart's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, Smart, a dominant player in a number of ways, but consistency with the jumper, I think, would put him over the top.
Passes to Wiggins. Many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super teams?
Well, I think it makes it easier because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there?
I don't want to get into the specifics
okay,
of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
yes.
I don't fault them because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play. And more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship,
You lost,
for
man.
potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could either elevate their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
Here's Thibault. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Morant passes to Wiggins. Shoots over Isaac. And it's Wiggins missing.
Well, the defense was right up on him, so electing to go for the fadeaway there to create some room, well, that makes sense.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter.
And something about watching lefties who can get up like that just looks different, doesn't it, Kevin?
Outside, Smart. Rebound by Bielitsa. For Boston, they've gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Here's Randall. It's stolen. Smart with the ball. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. We don't see that much anymore, do we? From the beginning to the end with one team.
No, but I think we're going to still occasionally have anomalies like we did with Reggie being in Indiana for the years of his playing career. Nate McMillan was in Seattle for his playing career, now coach of the Indiana Pacers. So there will be times where we'll have that once or twice.
Is your wife awake?
It's not going to happen very much.
Not in today's
Not in
NBA.
today's game, and not with what's at stake.
We've had 2 instances
That's the
of
thing.
things being shipped to Florida, but the address isn't right. So the company's charging us $8 to get it
Rebounded by
to
the
us.
Celtics.
And that was a little bit of a range
Yeah, so I
check
gotta
for him.
make sure
Well, I thought they
Monica's getting
played
the right
smart,
address.
and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And Bielitsa kicks to Randall. Celtics passing it around. Here's Wiggins. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Well, nice job by Bielitsa. Be patient. Look for teammates. He found one.
And there's the pass to Isaac. Here's Thibault. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
No good on the free throw. And Miami making a change here. Graham's checked in. And he sinks the second. Brent, we're talking about home court advantage. Do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But It absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their star players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches?
No.
Well, I don't know if...
if you're leading by 35 points late in the game.
And the star player is still in the game.
Yeah.
Somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. Quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time.
Yeah.
Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys, but as the season goes on, you just don't see that very much.
That one misses for Wiggins. Miami's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Here's Feibel. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Feibel's got 8 points here in this quarter. Austin dictating the flow. Kicks it to Morant. Pass to Bielitsa. Inside. Bamba with the block.
The main thing you get with Bamba, imposing defender, shot blocker, alters everything in the paint.
Now, here's Isaac. He's covered by Bielitsa. Bamba passes to Feibel. Puts it up. Cans the shot from the wing. Feibel's got 10 points here in the second half. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Here's Morant. The shot, no good. And the Heat going the other way now.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Boston.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And while there were some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Ja Morant.
And with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
And he's flourishing as a scorer. But Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. Last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
Bucket is good.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Here's Feibel. Offensive rebound. Passes it to Bamba. Here's Feibel. Pass to Bamba. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for
that one was over.
Great interview once again. And
2 minutes into the third?
Yeah, something like that, man. Durant still at 31 in just 27 minutes. He's very good.
That's what this thing does, dude. It crushes when it's...
Man, Harden wasn't even that good. Kyrie, Jimmy Butler had a really good game. It's a dangerous team.